Hello Cancer, this is Inspire 2016 with your monthly reading for the month of April 2018, focusing on your career and work life. So I hope that you have a good month so far for the month of for the month of March. So let's see what is in store for you for April 2018. So the first card for you representing the present positions of your spread, you have the Seven of Diamonds. So this Seven of Diamonds clearly indicates that you have been working on something for a while in your career life. It can also be if you've been working for quite some time in the projects that you have. For those of you who are still in the school, possibly you also have been working on the final projects like thesis or something that you have been working on that has take longer than what you expected. So other than that, if you have been employed and you work on several different projects, actually those projects has been like blocked or something that you don't have the path to move forward. Other than that, if you have been unemployed, if you've been looking for new jobs, possibly the hiring process that you have has been taking longer time than you might have anticipated in this case. So the next card that you have representing the influence card, or towards the middle of the month, you have the King of Club. So towards the middle of the month, you may have to deal with some other fire sign here, male or female, because this is a king, so it most likely for some of you can be male, possibly in the early 40s or in the mid 30s. And this king is very action oriented, so he's very passionate on what he likes to do or what he wants to do, and that's something that's why he's very good at what he's doing, because he always stick to what he wants all the time. And this King of Club will possibly help you out towards the middle of the month if you have been looking for a new, like if you have been looking for like co-founders or somebody that can help you, or investors or something along those lines. So this king can be one of them. Other than that, if you have been unemployed, this King of Club can be somebody that may wants to hire you with your skill and for your influence or your abilities in this case. So this can be hiring managers, or it can also be HR representative that see the opportunity that you bring to the tables. So the next card that you have representing the past positions of your spread, you have the Jack of Hearts. So this Jack of Hearts indicates there was some kind of news coming your way towards the end of March, or can also be in the past, that have been lighting up your passions in this case, because possibly this kind of news has been something that you have been waiting for quite a long time. So this can be the news of a birth of the baby. It can also be a news of the, like if you have been looking for a new job in the past, possibly you get a sense of hirings, like you see that the employer is interested in your skill to hire you, but maybe the hiring process may take longer times in this case. So be mindful that we are in the I think in the middle of Mercury retrogrades until the April the 15th. Possibly after the April the 15th, you may find yourself much lighter and much better in terms of your finances as well. So the next card that you have representing the things that you learned from the past, you have the Eight of Diamonds. So funny enough, there is a 7 and 8 next to each other. So it looks like in the past you have been trying to upgrade your skill, try to study more about the things that you want to do in your career life, and that's something that give you much more like hopes about the future, because it can be like if you have been working for like 10 years in the same field and you feel stagnant and you don't even feel that you want to do it for the next few years, and then you try or you have been thinking to change your career path, and that can be the options, or it can also be the answer of your prayer. And that's something that you want to do actually, that you learn from the past. If you really hate what you did or what you are doing for the past 10 years, and that's the time for you to say or to change your next path. So the next card that you have representing the things that you need to let go of, you have the Two of Clubs. So this is quite interesting, because somehow the path to move forwards actually something that you have to let go in some way, or in this can be indicates that possibly the paths that you have been crafting for the past few years, it cannot be the paths for your future. So what I'm saying is, for instance, like if you know or you just realize that your job that you have been doing for the past 10 years may not be your passions, and you feel like you have enough, and finally you have to let go of that, you have to leave your job because you hate the job that you are doing. Like every day when you come to work, you always see the same thing, and you always hate once you left the jobs, or once you left the place when you are going home, for instance. Other than that, it can also be like in the other example, like for instance, if you have been working for quite a long time in the same directions or in the same way of doing things, possibly this is the time for you to change your behavior, to change the way you work things out, like the way you work, let's say change the way you approach things, to change the way, like if you have been doing the same thing all over every single day, maybe you want to change things up. For instance, if you want to go from one place to the other, like when you go to work, maybe you can change the route of your route when you go from your home to your workplace. That's one of the things. It can also be if you working out, like say if you work in the job that you have, maybe you can take a break in between and refresh your mind, and then change the way you work, and then go back again. That's something that you can think about it. Just try to think how to change your habits as well. So the next card that you have representing the future card, or towards the end of the month, you have the Ace of Spades. So this Ace of Spades, in the end of the month, there will be some kind of new realizations of what truly the things that you desire. So if you've been waiting for, or if you've been wanting to know what you really want to do, by the end of the month you will see the end, or the light by the end of the tunnel, and you will see that there might be something that you want to do for quite some time, but don't really have a courage to do so. But in the end, suddenly you have those, like you're finally brave enough to say you have to do it. So the next card that you have, or the last card actually for your reading regarding your clarifying card, at the bottom of the deck you have the Eight of Clubs. So this Eight of Clubs indicates that there will be a speed news coming your way. Overall here, if you have been stagnant for quite some time in the past few months, or even the past few weeks, it can also be in the past 8 weeks or 8 months or even 8 years, depending on who you are here. So finally you will be able to find the path forward, to give up something that you think that it was your passions, it was your desire, it may not be the case anymore. So you finally find what you want to do in your life. That's something that is really important as well. So see what is possible in your career path. If you have to change your career, for instance, or if you have to change your habits or the way you think or the way you work, that can also be the case here. So I hope that this reading is helpful, and if you like the reading, just click like, and don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to click the bell button so that you get the notification every time we publish a new video. So see you next one. Thank you.